Monday the 3rd of January. It's late in the evening. I've been putting off this video for a few days now, so I thought I'd best just get on and do it. So this is a technique that I didn't actually realise that I did it, but it's just kind of come to my attention over the past few days. So I thought I'd share it. It's not going to be for everyone. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but it's something I've realised that I do. Wasn't conscious about it, but I've just kind of, a few things come together. So I'm going to try and explain it, and hopefully it'll be of some benefit to someone. Now, my good mate Matt Boxall, who trains me in boxing, he sent me a Simon Sinek quote the other day. Big fan of Simon Sinek, good guy, a lot of wise words to say. So the quote said, stress versus passion. Working hard for something we don't care about is called stress. Working hard for something we love is called passion. Now, this is obviously a really good quote. I really liked it. Now, Matt, what he said was quite interesting. He said to me, he said, I see you layering stress upon stress upon stress, and you keep smiling. He said, I've always wondered how the hell you do it. And he goes, I've just sussed it now from this. That got me thinking. Okay, so I was someone who used to suffer a huge amount of stress. I think I probably had post-traumatic stress disorder at a young age, a lot of panic attacks, just lose my shit all the time, basically. The slightest little thing used to stress me out and freak me out and all that. And I've, over the years, become more resilient. So at the moment, I've got a final stages of big building project coming on. Now, I'm not gonna dress up, this is stressful. If you're the client of a big building project, it's stressful. If you're the main contractor for a client on a big building project, it's stressful. If you're the main contractor and the client, just don't do it. It's challenging, to say the least. Okay, so I've got that going on. I've also got I've got a deadline for this project. A few months away, but there's a huge amount to do. I've just had to lay one of my guys off, which is horrible, hate it. So that's a third of my workforce now gone. The deadline we've got a few months away, obviously a huge amount of work, less people to do it. And we're launching a new business. It's quite a big business. Launching a big business is very stressful. Lots of things to think about and all that there. So we've got that going on, running very low on money. Just had the last investor lined up for £40,000. They've just pulled out. So obviously that's fairly stressful. Normally that wouldn't be that much of an issue, but I think I've exhausted nearly every eventuality and outcome for borrowing money. I won't have done, because I will find something. There's something out there. But obviously that's another factor kind of layered on top. So yeah, there's quite a bit going on. Then on Saturday, I got the train, went up to London, and did an audition for a short film. I applied for, I don't know, a couple acting roles every week, just little bits here and there. Generally don't hear anything. It's extremely hard to get any sort of paid work in acting starting out. Extremely hard, so competitive. So applied for this role, got accepted for the audition, which is huge in itself. Off I went to London, and I'm sat there on the train, and it's like, yeah, this is quite tense. The fact of going for my first kind of paid audition, that was quite challenging, to say the least. You got to, remember your lines and stuff like that. The role itself, extremely challenging, way out of my comfort zone. My comfort zone is quite full on. The benchmark is set quite high, and it's way out of it. But I figure if I do that, I'll do anything. So I'm thinking about all these things, and I'm like, there's a fair bit going on here. And that's where the layering come in. And that's what I'm going to call this technique, if you like, is layering. So, taking you back to when I was 17, I was a wee slip of a lad, and I started doing tree work, tree surgery for a really good local firm called Arbortech. On this firm, there was one of the senior guys called Andrew Jones, good friend of mine, Jonah, we used to call him. So I can remember when I first started, now everyone wants to be out playing with chainsaws, swinging from trees, doing all the fun stuff. That don't happen straight away. You got to prove yourself first. You got to prove that you can do all the crap, if you like. So one of the jobs that you start off on is dragging brushwood, or like branches and stuff. Now, this is extremely hard work, makes you sweat like I've never found any other physical work that makes you sweat like it. So Jonah turns around to me, says, right, you gotta drag those piles of brushwood from there to there, say. I said, right, okay. I said, how much do I drag? He said, you drag as much as you can take. I went, right, okay. How do I know how much I can take? He said, well, what you do, you make a really big pile. Once you make a real big pile, you make it even bigger. He said, you keep on making it bigger until it's so big that you can't drag it. He said, then, and only then, take a little bit off. So you can, that's how you learn how much you can take. And unbeknowingly, this stuck with me. And I don't know if anyone out there has ever, I don't know, start a new job, say, start a new job, you're like, oh my God, there's no way I can do this. I can't handle this. And then within like a few weeks, few months, you're like, this is easy, do this stand on my head. And then, the next thing comes on. Or you're doing something new that seems really difficult and challenging. Then all of a sudden, something comes out of the blue and you're like, oh my God, I've got to deal with this as well now. Then all of a sudden, that first thing seems kind of insignificant because this new thing's come on top. Basically, that's what I do with stress. Now, this is not conscious. I didn't consciously set out for this, but I've just realised I do this layering, like with a pile of brushwood. You just keep piling it on. And what you do, you condition yourself. You condition yourself and you get used to it. And as you get used to it, something that used to be really hard becomes quite easy. And because you're dealing with the next thing over there, that thing over there just gets dealt with in the background. But of course, it's knowing when it gets too much. Now, I've got a lot going on, like I said. My other big one is where I'm going to live. Like, I need to find somewhere to live in a minute, which with all this other stuff I've got going on, it's like, bloody hell. I've got a really good business set up here with the old chicken house. As you can see, it's all very beautiful and lovely. It's a little gold mine through the summer, like flat out booked. And I've had to make a tough decision to say, okay, I'm not going to let it this summer, I'm going to live in it. Because I need somewhere to live. It'd be cheaper to live somewhere else, but this is me taking one of those layers of stress off. So anyway, I hope that's helpful for someone. Don't go loading yourself up with so much stress that you have a nervous breakdown, but hopefully you get my gist. And see you next time. Cheers, bye.